Welcome back. If you're one of the many Aussies whose green thumb sprouted during lockdown and it's still growing, this year's wet summer may throw you some curveballs. But we brought in some help. Gardening expert and the creator of the Veggie Pod, Simon Holloway, joins us from Terry Hills in Sydney. Simon, good morning. Happy New Year. And how can we protect, first, given the conditions, produce from rain?
Yeah, good morning. Well, look, rain generally is a gardener's wet dream. We actually love it. We love La Nina coming. But look, if you do really get heaps and heaps of rain, for example, something like our canopies will help abate a lot of that weather, not just the pests and all the weeds, but it can abate those harsh winds, abate those harsh raindrops. But also, you know, we have under here, we have overflows. So you'll remember that a lot of your pots in these days, they'll start to bog up and drown your roots, whereas ours will let out the water and it doesn't create that marsh. So as long as you've got a good system that controls that water flow, be that underwatering or overwatering, you can have a great time through the La Nina.
Sounds good to me. What veggies are ideal for summer and what ones should we avoid?
Yeah, well, look, it's a great point. There are winter veg, of course, and there is summer veg. So get rid of your collies and your Brussels sprouts and your broccolis, all that. Summer is now a great time for your Mediterraneans. Look, we've got some beautiful tomatoes going up here. This is our third crop already. They love the water, taking it from the wicking wells below. Basils, throw that in together with your tomatoes. I mean, look at these beautiful rainbow chilies to add some heat. Yeah. All your leafy greens. Look, there is so much. It's such a wonderful time to get growing right now.
You've got bruschetta in a box right there. Now, for those wanting to set up their own veggie patch at home, what are your top tips?
Well, look, I mean, space is obviously a big problem for some people, but if you get a contained bed, something like the Veggie Pod, you can literally put them anywhere or everywhere. You can roll them around, you can contain them, you can put the Veggie Bag straight on the ground. Look at these beautiful chilies. So as long as you control really good sun and really good soil, just guarantee those two things, something like the Veggie Pod is going to fix everything else for you. So just put it down, fill it with the great soil, make sure it's in at least 4 to 6 hours of direct sunlight if you're growing vegetables. We're not into the ornamentals so much, albeit you can have edible violas, for example. But if you want vegetables, lots of sun, lots of energy, lots of light, get it out there and give it a really good feed with the soil.
Okay, so, you know, when you live in a smaller apartment, you just touched on them there, but they've come in all different sizes.
Yep. Yep, they do. So, look, the Veggie Bag, which actually we just won the Royal Chelsea Flower Garden Show Best Product of the Year with this, it's actually only 60 centimetres diameter. So I don't care what sort of space you got, even if it's on a little balcony. If you've got a pot somewhere, you can now use the self-watering Veggie Bags. They're very easy to move around, just like the Veggie Pods. You just literally pull them around with these pull handles. You can zip them up, you protect them. It just makes gardening super easy. And in the bottom, if the folks can see there, we have what's called a self-watering wicking cell. So you don't have to worry about all those watering problems that you have in your pots and your garden beds at home or balconies anymore. The water is drawn up from below and the roots take what they want, when they want, for very easy growing.
And Simon, it's been a big year for DIY projects, many of us staying indoors for longer, working from home. Have you noticed the big growth as well?
Yeah, very much so. I mean, the whole horticulture industry and indeed the backyard renovation industry, Carl, has absolutely gone off this year, and that's great for not just families but for the society and for planet. Everybody's getting back into growing, realising how important it is to teach the kids and to have a great time in terms of eating organic food. It's been great for overall mental wellness and well-being during this tough time, so we're proudly saying it's been a great shot in the arm for growing.
Good to hear.
Yeah, now you need to get all those veggies up and get cooking. Thanks, Simon.
That's it. Thanks very much. Thanks for having me.
And thanks, Carl.
No problem. Been called worse. Sometimes.